Hello, I'm James Parkin, and welcome to Living Life DMG style. And in this video, we have another Q&A video. Now, a few days ago, I put a post on my Facebook page asking if people could send me some questions so I can answer in this video. And we have a few good questions that I'm going to answer. So here we go with the first question. The first question is by a lady called Michelle, and that is, what is the biggest challenge you feel like you are facing at 29 with Duchenne? So thank you for the question. I think the biggest challenge is to balance the things that you do with your life. For example, if I have a full day of doing an activity, like going out somewhere, it may take me a day to recover from that because I do get a lot tired now. So that's probably the biggest challenge, controlling the level of fatigue that I have. But when you get to 29, you get an understanding of what your body's capable of, and you kind of get used to living with that in mind. So it's not a negative, because by controlling what days where you're going to be busy, days that you will be a bit quieter, it still means that you can go out and do them activities. But apart from that, it doesn't seem as challenging as what people may think it will. It is. But every person's different. The next question is by Dan, and this is, what would you say to your younger self? What advice would you give? Well, I think the first thing I'd say is to try and relax a bit and not to worry as much, because I'm terrible for worrying. A few years ago, it used to be a lot worse, and worry about the littlest of things. So that would be what advice I'd give myself. But also, just to try and enjoy myself as much as I can, and just keep getting out as much as I can, because since trying to push myself and not to worry as much. But hindsight is a wonderful thing with things like that. So I try not to reflect on that as much recently, to be honest. The next question is by Kenny, and this is, what tips do you have for improving your mental health when you're feeling low? Well, that's a really good question, and it's one that could have different answers to different people. But what I'd do is to try and keep as busy as I can. Try and not get myself stuck in the same place or stuck in a rut, because that is when things are harder. So it's just to try and keep busy. And like one time when I was feeling low, I decided to take myself out on the bus, and by doing that I felt a lot better. So if you try and do that, that tends to help. This next question is by Rob, and this is, how do you keep yourself so highly motivated and enthusiastic? Well, this is a really good question, and how I keep being motivated is I like to plan things, like to give me a goal to feel well for, because otherwise it mentally could drain you if you not got anything to be motivated for. And I'm enthusiastic about doing things that I like doing, but sometimes the motivation comes from the people around me, because sometimes it's very difficult. But I try my best, and there's not much choice either, because it could be in a worse situation. This last question is by Joshua, and this is, what are your future goals? Well, I've achieved a lot more than what I thought I would in the last few years, but there's still some stuff I'd want to do in the life to happen. I'd certainly like to meet someone to fall in love with and share my life with, because I'd like to think I'd make her really happy if whoever I do meet. So it'd be nice to meet someone in the future, and maybe one day have a family of my own. So I certainly hope that will happen. But apart from that, I'd just keep as strong as I can, really, and certainly just my future goals will be to make disabilities like mine, like people more aware of them. So I think that's important, and just to live my life the best I can, really. Now, thank you for watching this video. And I did have a lot more questions from people, but I felt like keeping it to 5 in this video was the right amount of questions to answer. But for some people that have sent me questions, I will get back to you and message you privately about that, because I feel like that's the right thing to do. So thank you for everyone who sent me questions, and I really appreciate it, and I hope this video helps people. And if you haven't already, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel and like and hit the notification button, because it'd be great to raising more awareness, let more people know about my life and my disability and things that I do. So thank you for those who have done that, and on that note, I'll see you on the next one.